Yo, what's going on everyone? Nelson from Hoopla. Today I bring you another one of the hottest anticipated sneaker reviews of the year, the Nike Kyrie 4s. In my hand and around my neck I have the confetti colorway. This is the first colorway to drop for the Kyrie 4s. There are a lot of dope detailing and meaning behind the shoe. First of all, the meaning behind these being dubbed the confetti colorway is that, as you guys can see on the bottom of the shoe, you got all that different colors. This dates back to the 2017 NBA Finals where the Cavs lost to the Warriors. There was a bunch of confetti falling down onto the court and Kyrie was walking all over them and the confetti were stuck on his shoe. So he uses the meaning of the confetti on the bottom of his shoe as a reminder of that finals loss and as a motivation and feel, to get better and improve in the upcoming year, just to know what it feels like to get back to the NBA Finals and obviously try to win, right? So basically that's what the confetti means on the bottom of the shoe, as you guys can see, with a bunch of different colors. It's kind of crazy because that's kind of like Kobe Bryant-esque. That's something Kobe would, do or say just to keep that as a reminder and use that hurt and pain and frustration as motivation and fuel to, get back to the top, do better, just dominate and win. It's all about that Mamba mentality. There are also a lot of small detailing on the shoes. The most noticeable, as you can see, is in the back panel you see all those words and phrases on the shoe. To be honest with you guys, I can't really read what half those words or phrases mean, but here are what some of them say. There's one that says we'll be ready to battle, another one says a lot of decisions you'll replay, and another one where it says never forget this feeling. Some of these meanings, for instance, a lot of decisions you'll replay, I think Kyrie means by some of the decisions or plays that he did or he may not have done in the NBA Finals that may or may not have cost him the loss or whatnot. Never forget this feeling is the obvious one, basically saying Kyrie should not forget this feeling of hurt, pain, frustration from the loss. We'll be ready to battle most likely means that Kyrie is ready to battle in the upcoming season, or if they meet in the finals again and he's ready to go. Lastly, this is the best phrase on the shoe that it says right here. It says the earth is flat. Nah, I'm just kidding. Other detailing consists of the Kyrie logo in the front of the tongue. Behind the tongue you have some sort of Illuminati-like triangle. On the side it says JBY, which stands for Just Be You. You have the number 11 on the bottom of the shoe that represents his jersey number, along with the phrase that says fear is not real. The confetti colorway of the Kyrie 4 is just an amazing, crazy, spectacular shoe, man. I mean, it just pops. Kyrie likes to be flashy, and with the first colorway of his 4 signature shoe, he gotta stand out and make a statement. Now let's talk about the performance aspect. For traction, the Kyrie 4 has a very aggressive multi-directional herringbone traction pattern. It also features a flex groove outsole that has a zigzag cutout along the bottom for enhanced flexibility. The sides of the soles are curved above and into the midsole to enable smooth transitions. Traction was a hit or miss on the Kyrie 4s. It was either really good or really bad, given I had the translucent outsole, but the solid rubber outsole also has some issues in terms of sliding. I had problems at times when I'm running really fast and I stop on a dime and the shoe would just stomp and just slowly slide over. It wasn't as bad where I would slip, but there is some slippage in terms of the tractions on the Kyrie 4s. On super clean courts, you have absolutely no problems on the Kyrie 4s. Traction is superb there. But once you get to the dusty courts or mildly dusty courts, there will be some slipping and sliding and also a lot of wiping of the shoe. After every hoop session, I had to dust off my shoes. It's like every time I do this, there's like an explosion of a dust bomb. Right now they look pretty clean because I always dust them off after every hoop sesh. But the good thing about the traction is that it does get better with every play and every wear. I just wish that it was more consistent. The traction pattern on these are pretty aggressive and thick enough and deep enough for you guys to take outdoors. I don't find these a problem outdoors unless you're really beating them up. As for what the flex groove zigzag cut does, it basically helps increase lateral mobility. As you guys see or watch in the highlights or when you be watching Kyrie play, Kyrie be trying to break his own ankles when trying to break someone else's ankles. I don't know if you guys ever see the way Kyrie moves when he's making a move. Sometimes his foot goes like this, where it goes like 90 degrees one way or the other way. With the help of the zigzag cut, basically, with every step that he plants, whether it's this way or that way, the zigzag cut right in the middle of the shoe helps Kyrie or us, have better mobility, moving laterally. It puts the pressure all on that one side, with the flexibility of the zigzag cut, where it would be giving you smoother transitions. That's another another reason why in the Kyrie line, the traction pattern rises above into the midsole, giving Kyrie extra traction from the way he moves. Moving on to the materials, the Kyrie 4 has a combination of engineered mesh in the front of the shoe, while there are areas of suede in the back of the shoe, along with hints in the front of the toe box. There's also a tad of synthetic leather in the back heel. The materials of the shoe is really nice. The engineered mesh is very soft, very flexible. It requires no break-in time when you be hooping in them. Although the mesh is supposed to give you really good airflow, you know, with the hose on the shoes, but underneath it there is nylon back behind it, so it kind of blocks off the hose that prevents the airflow going in and out. But the whole airflow thing wasn't a really big issue. The rear of the shoe, however, you know, with the suede, it's a little more stiff compared to the mesh up front, but after some runs, after some hoop sessions, they do soften up a little bit. For support and lockdown, the Kyrie 4 has ultralight, super strong fly-wire cables that provide support during sharp cuts. The traction curving above the midsole acts as a really big outrigger, giving you extra support. The support and lockdown on the Kyrie 4s are great with the combination of the fly wire and a traditional lacing system, along with an internal heel counter inside. Your foot is locked in, it's not moving around. And again, with the elevated traction above the midsole, it gives you good support in terms of lateral movements where your foot does not roll over. For cushioning, the Kyrie 4 has a lightweight Cushlon midsole that's soft and responsive, along with the Zoom Air cushioning in the heel. The cushioning on these is by far the best cushioning setup in the Kyrie line besides the Kyrie ones, but huge but it's still not good enough for me. My knees and back were a bit aching after my hoop sessions. These are still not enough cushioning for an explosive high flyer. I'm not saying I'm an explosive high flyer, but you know, I tend to play like one at least, you know, just jumping up and down, and you know, just after hooping in countless hours in these, at the end of the hoop session and the following day, my knees and back tend to be a little sore. The reason behind that is, like, you know, in the Kyrie series, they don't focus a lot on the cushioning. They don't throw a lot of cushion in there. The shoe is catered for Kyrie. You know, Kyrie is not a super high flyer where he'll be doing 360 between the legs, you know, on 13-foot rims. He's more of a, you know, stay low to the ground. He plays ground level type ball, you know, crossing people up. That's why traction is a big thing for Kyrie and cushioning is not. Zoom Air in the heel once again, which is unnecessary. You know, most players out there, especially me, don't be on the heel as much as where you're on the forefoot. So Nike, you know, stop with the heel zoom, put it on the forefoot or the full length. All right. On the bright side, the cushioning on the Kyrie 4 is very responsive. It's low to the ground. It's actually pretty comfortable as well. You know, as mentioned, the shoe is catered to Kyrie, not LeBron. Kyrie ain't a high flyer, so the cushioning is not all that there, but you know, it's good enough for the average hooper. It has a very good heel to toe transition that gives you a really smooth and comfortable ride. The cushioning and the shoe is fit for more of a small guard or a hooper who doesn't need a lot of cushioning. You know, if they're like an explosive or high flyer, these are a solid shoe. As for comfort and size fit, the Kyrie 4s run true to size, you know, just like the previous models. You know, they run true to size, so whatever you got in the previous Kyrie models, I would say stick with that. They are a little narrow up front. Wide footers, y'all might have to go half size up. Make sure to try it out in stores before y'all cop. The fitment is good. The shoe looks really bulky with the rounded midsole, but it actually doesn't feel or fit like it's very bulky. Overall comfort on these are pretty good, except in the back heel where it splits right here. These two stiff points were digging into my Achilles, where it was giving me a bit of a pain and discomfort. I didn't really like that at all. As I broke in the shoe more and more, it started to get a bit softer where it didn't hurt as bad, but it still dug into my foot. You know, it kept stabbing me where it still gave me a little bit of discomfort. Overall, I would say the comfort and fitment on the Kyrie 4s are pretty solid. As far as pricing goes, the Kyrie 4 retails for $120, just like the previous models. A good price for a good hoop shoe. It's more in the lower range in terms of pricing compared to other signature athletes. You won't be able to cop the confetti colorway as they are sold out, but you can grab the second colorway, the black ice colorway, buy now for the same price. I'll leave links to the shoe in the description box down below. And finally, for my overall rating, I'm gonna give the Kyrie 4s an 8.5 out of 10. Again, I'm sure y'all gonna flame me down below for not giving these a 9 or above. But here's what I gotta say about the shoes. Traction is there, but inconsistent at times. Materials are good, as well as support and lockdown. Cushioning, however, well, it kind of depends on the type of player you are, which basically depends on whether the shoe will be good or bad for you. But I have got to say the cushioning is good enough for the average casual hooper. If you are a bigger dude, a high flyer, or an explosive player who'll be bouncing around all game long, these might not be the shoe for you. However, if you are a smaller dude, a quick guard, or a player who has a 2-inch vertical who doesn't jump around that much, these might be a 9 or 9.5 for you guys. Overall, the Kyrie 4 is a really good hoop shoe. It's definitely the best sneaker yet in his signature sneaker line. Thank you guys for watching that sneaker review on the Nike Kyrie 4s. Let me know down in the comments below, what were some of y'all thoughts on the Kyrie 4s? Do you guys like them? Do you guys dislike them? And if you guys do have the shoe, how well did it perform for you guys? Make sure to check out these other sneaker reviews up there, and also check out my social medias in the description box down below. Like I mentioned before, there are also links to purchase the Kyrie 4s in the description box as well. And until next time, Nelson Chan from Hoop and Life, I'm out. Peace.